Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel and welcome to the match review of Spain 6, Germany 0. It's an unbelievable scoreline for the Spanish national team. It was an unbelievable football match. There's so much to discuss. We've got through to the Nations League finals. We've done it, guys. All of these videos going up, honestly pleading for the team to get through to the finals, and we have done it. And in absolutely amazing fashion, a 6-0 win against Germany. It doesn't exactly come every international break. It's a big statement. It's a wonderful win, and there is so much to talk about, honestly. Without any further ado, let's get into this match review. I'm sure all of you guys are going to enjoy it as well, because stick around. This was an absolute cracker. And let's start with that team selection. This was Luis Enrique's lineup for the game. I'd say, content with it. Interesting that he still went for Unai Simon in goal. The back line I was completely fine with. Gaia came back in. He was absolutely outstanding. We had Sergio Roberto, Ramos and Pau Torres, of course, next to him at the back. In midfield, he actually reverted to the same midfield three that started against Netherlands. And usually I'd be upset about that, but I was actually quite pleased. I didn't think the lineup that played against Switzerland was good. I wasn't really impressed with Fabian. Merino was alright, and of course Busquets was injured, but Rodri came in and was absolutely world-class, perhaps even man of the match. We'll be getting onto individuals and just talking about everything later, but lineup-wise, Rodri, Canales, and also Koke in there in the midfield, and those three were really good to start off the game. Of course, Canales had to go off with an injury. He was looking bright. Fabian soon came on and also had an excellent game for the remainder of it and got a load of assists too, actually, to the Napoli centre midfielder. And up front, I was pleased, I'd say. We had Ferran Torres out there on the right, really, for most of the game. Dani Olmo over on the left, and then it was Alvaro Morata down the middle. And I was happy with this, really, because I think Olmo deserved it, as did Alvaro Morata. Ferran Torres hadn't been playing that well in recent games. I even put Gerrard in my team selection for the start, but my goodness me, we all know how good Ferran was, a real top young winger, and he scored an absolutely outstanding hat-trick. And onto the Germany team, nothing really surprising about it, an absolute joke of a lineup. Really, look at that front four and you do wonder why they played so poorly this evening. It is important to note how bad Germany were this evening. They didn't really attack us once. You look at Werner there, Sane, Gnabry, you've got Kroos and Gundogan behind Goretzka in midfield. Their defence was weak, we definitely hit that. You look at the names on that team sheet, I said that in the preview, no way near good enough. Spain went at them, we put in a final performance, we put in an absolute amazing performance. Germany were awful, and that ended up leading to a 6-0 scoreline. But if we move on with the match action, the game started in decently even fashion. I think I was wary going into this one. I had not my head down, but I was thinking, can Spain do this? Is this really going to happen? Are we going to win this football match? And, well, we actually started decently, as did Germany. But I think it was about the 10th minute or so as things started to change. We had some good chances here and there before that. We should have probably got a penalty also. We got a free kick on the edge of the box. Ramos took it. Good save by Neuer. But that, I think, was actually in the box and should have been a penalty for Spain. But we move on. And it wasn't actually long before Spain got their first goal. It was actually Fabian Ruiz who'd come off the bench for Canales, who picked up an injury very early on despite starting the game brightly, like I mentioned. A deep corner from Fabian, and Alvaro Morata, the guy I've been calling to start, gets his head on the ball, a header at the back post, a special goal for Spain in a big match that did feel like a final, and that was a kick in the teeth you felt for Germany. A good header for Morata. For some reason, Gnabry was marking him on the back post. We'll take it. Morata, he loves it in the air. He gets a massive goal for his nation and puts Spain 1-0 up. And we certainly could have doubled our lead very soon after that. Germany did not really do anything for the rest of the half, is what I'll say. Germany were really poor this evening. I don't know what happened to them. This was a good chance for them after 2018 World Cup disappointment. Nations League 2019, they finished bottom of their group. And you look at this year coming in, they only needed a draw tonight against, well, not a depleted Spain, but a Spain that, wasn't exactly on good form. But to be fair to Germany, Spain were absolutely wonderful. And we did nearly get our second goal on numerous occasions. Ferran Torres had a couple of chances that he certainly could have scored, and I was thinking, we've got to finish one of these, you'd think. You also look at Morata there. He had the ball in the net for a second time after really great build-up play. And it was actually onside in my opinion. The linesman put his flag up, of course. No VAR. So Spain could have had a penalty. Probably should have had a penalty. Definitely should have had a second goal there. And you were thinking, oh dear God, please not one of these games again. Please not more chaos. And then Germany go down the other end and pick us off, which they certainly could have with the quality they possess, of course. And that was always the worry going throughout the game. But Spain was so good, building up from the back, controlling the football match, that we just made it easy for ourselves. We got our second goal, great little clip in by Koke. It's Olmo who gets his head on the ball. just off the crossbar, and again I'm thinking, oh my god, please, no, not one of these, but it does actually fall nicely to Ferran Torres, who finally gets his goal, a great smash in the corner, a wonderful goal for Spain, and 2-0 to the Spanish. And the third goal didn't take long to arrive either. It was actually a corner whipped in, and it's Rodri who gets his head on the ball, guys. He was absolutely wonderful all game, Rodri, and I want to speak a bit more about him because, he's usually the prototype midfielder to substitute Busquets. He's kind of that sort of pivot, if you like, and he was excellent tonight. Probably the best I've ever seen Rodri play. We know he's a great up-and-coming Spanish player, but he really marshalled that midfield. He was defending well. He was, of course, starting all the attacks. He got a brilliant header here, steered it into the corner, got off his marker, Gundogan, and that's 3-0 Spain are in complete control. Rodri was excellent. You look all over the pitch, though. Absolutely amazing performances from Spain. The desire, the hunger, the will to go and win a football match of that calibre, to get 3 goals against that Germany team. It's a really, really good feat. And we got in at half-time in complete control. There was one novelty though. Sergio Ramos picked up an injury, same with Canales, so they were both subbed off. But Ramos, we wonder how long that'll be out for. Eric Garcia came on. For Spain, we didn't really have much defending to do though, so we didn't make all that much of a difference. We know Garcia is very capable. He's a very solid centre-back. He's very good at bringing the ball out from the back, and we were doing a lot of that, a lot of possession, dominating Germany. They didn't really have anything going the other way. So for Spain, it was quite simple. Going into the second half, we got our fourth not too long after the restart. It was actually a good play and a good piece of play, and I believe it's Gaia who manages to get the ball through in the end after some good build-up on the left-hand side with Dani Olmo and Fabian Ruiz. Fabian, by the way, hasn't looked good of late, but was really good off the bench today. He clips it in behind to Gaia, the fullback who was excellent all evening. So happy to see him back in the team and producing on the big level yet again. He really looks like he could be our fullback for the tournament. He squares it, and it's easy in the end for Ferran, who does actually take a touch to set himself, but he gets his second goal. Another one for the young Manchester City winger, the former Valencia man, one of the top Spanish prodigies, and he makes it 4-0 against Germany. And after that, Spain were in complete control. It was really a complete performance from start to finish. There weren't too many other chances, you would say, as the game went on. It wasn't like the first half, I don't think, where Spain were absolutely ramming Germany, simply because, look, we were 4-0 up, but we were still generating opportunities here and there. Morata kept on getting on the ball. I thought he was superb. Dani Olmo was linking things together. Coque really worked in that midfield. He seems to be a great addition into that team. Sergio Roberto and Gaia were stunning at fullback, in my opinion. Look at Pau Torres again. Stellar at the back from him. He's so good at winning the ball back, playing out of the back. He looks like a top centre-back. And all over the pitch, we have got good players, and we've said that against Switzerland. This is a bright team, but we just wonder if it knitted together, if it had that desire, that drive, and that cutting edge. And look, I'm not saying this is the click of the fingers and we've just gone and we'll go on to win everything now, because I don't really think that's the case, but this is certainly a bright national team, and I want to reiterate that, and I will continue to do so, even through bad results, because Luis Enrique is a good coach, he has high standards, and we got our 5th goal because we did not stop playing. Great play yet again, squared into the middle, I believe by Fabian again, who gets himself yet another assist, and it's Ferran Torres with an absolutely wonderful curler. Great shot into the corner, 5-0 Spain, a hat-trick for him, on one of his, well, not first, but he hasn't had many international caps, and for Ferran, a special moment, for Spain, a special moment. Really happy with the team's application, the whole desire in that unit, and this is a big feat for Spain, it really is. And it wasn't to end there. 3 subs in the attacking lineup were to come still. We brought on Oyazrabal, we brought on Asensio, brought on Gerard Moreno, resting Morata, Olmo, and also Ferran Torres, the hat-trick man. And it was actually about the 90th minute where Gaia got in, Rodri with a wonderful ball again. Gaia gets there, he squares it, a bit of a deflection off Jonathan Tah's leg. It falls to Oyazrabal, who passes into the goal on his right foot, and he gets himself yet another goal for Spain. He's racking up some good numbers now for club and country. He doesn't look that good. Oyazrabal is an interesting player, but his numbers are certainly undeniable. He always seems to get himself a goal here and there. And for Spain, we're through, guys. We are through to the Nations League finals, and this is where we want to be as a nation. I've been banging on about this for months on end now. I really want to do something in the Nations League to top the group with the likes of Germany in it. And look, we've gone ahead and done that at the end of the day. It's a massive win for Spain, not only getting through to the finals, but beating Germany 6-0 here. That was wonderful. What a wonderful team performance. And you do hope that, it sends some shockwaves around Europe. Some people are talking about that, because I think if it was another nation, you look at an England who did something, if they did something like that, I think we would see the world erupt. So for Spain to come here with our team against Germany's team, what a performance. And that is so impressive. And that's probably where I'm going to end this video, guys. I think I've got it all out raw and after the game. So many emotions right now. Really happy with that. Absolutely over the moon to get such a big win against such a good nation, to play that well, to top our group, to go into the Nations League finals, to be back where we belong as a nation. And look, I know it's not the be-all end-all, the Nations League, and I have been saying that. It's not like winning the Euros or anything like that. And of course, we haven't even won it yet. We're just going through to the finals or the semi-finals, if you like. But for Spain as a nation, the last 6-7 years, we haven't actually done anything. You know, it's group stages going out of, or it's round of 16, or it's just poor performances in qualifiers, or bad draws like the one against Switzerland. And to get something like this that actually goes towards something like playing in the Nations League finals against France, against Belgium, probably against Italy also, the top teams in Europe, challenging ourselves up there, putting ourselves about, when they get to the Nations League finals and all the eyes are on that, Spain will be there, and that's what makes me happy. So there we go, that's where I'm going to end it, guys. Leave all your thoughts in the comments down below on that absolutely crazy game. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and wow, that was a special evening. I'll see you guys very, very soon for some more content. Club football is back, so I'm going to try and come up with some ideas for Chelsea and Barcelona, but until then, goodbye.